go. Okay. Hello and welcome back everyone to another uncut video. That could have been me, but I don't know 100% if it was because I did bounce on the bed a little bit. So I'm going to very slowly and carefully slide the table away from the bed. Okay, there we go. Table is now away from the bed. I know you guys can't see it, but there's about a 2-inch gap now from the edge of my bed to the table, so hopefully that shouldn't happen again. Pull back the blankets. But tonight I have a very exciting video that I've been holding off on doing, partially because of my mental health, partially because I'm not 100% sure. I think I've just been a little bit hesitant about doing this. But we are going to be starting off the night with a little bit of just EMF work here. I've already got the voice recorder rolling, and just so everybody knows, this is a Sony voice recorder. This thing is insanely sensitive. I've got it set up perfectly for doing this, and it might not be a voice activated voice recorder. I am wanting to get one. I actually reached out to Tim Wood and asked what specific voice recorder he uses, so I'm hoping to pick up the same gear as a very well established paranormal investigator. But I would like to invite whatever may be attached to this box in front of me. I actually forgot something before starting this. Whoops. But I would like to invite whatever is attached to this box in front of me to come and communicate with me. There is a red light over here that you can speak into. If you feel that you have the energy, you are welcome to use my energy. You're welcome into my space. You're welcome into my area. And you're welcome to use the energy within my room. If you feel you can gather enough energy, there are 4 balls around the table that will light up if you tap them. Now, I need to run to the kitchen really quick, everybody, partially because I forgot a container that I need, so I will be right back. Oh, it's so dark out here. Oh, you're really sorry. I get so monster. Okay. Alright everyone, I have a little container for this. I'm going to be I thought I heard like a squeak or something, but it could be in the bed flexing under my weight. I have a container here now. Just a white plastic container, nothing special about it. Usually use this for cooking or mixing stuff. But I want to start by asking if there is something attached or associated with this box. Can you make yourself known? Now I'm just trying to remember the story that I got that was associated with this box in particular from the previous owner. And the biggest thing that I remember was that there was some black entity that was affecting her two children. So I'm a father myself. I've spoken about my daughter a couple times before. I absolutely love my kid. Brilliant 8-year-old. But when I heard that something that was associated, that the owner thought was associated with this box was going after her children, she very quickly wanted to sell it. And when I learned that, being a dad, I very quickly scooped it up because personally, for me, this is part of being a paranormal investigator. If I come across items or if I come across families that are being tormented, or if I hear that kids are being picked on by like a bully spirit or a negative entity, I will do everything within my personal power to take care of that situation and to help that family. So if there is anybody local to London, Ontario, Canada, or just Ontario, Canada in general, that is dealing with a paranormal occurrence that you either want some answers for or you need some help dealing with, go into my about section, feel free to email me, and I will get back to you as fast as I possibly can. And if ultimately I can't help, I do know people, I do have contacts that will be able to help deal and possibly remove whatever you may be facing. If there is something, I felt like I just got a tap on my knee. That was weird. If there's something associated with this box, can you tell me your name? Speak into the red light and tell me your name if you have one. I'm already starting to feel my body temperature rising, so I'm going to take my hoodie off. I've already closed the window, fans off, and everything. Everybody else is asleep in the house. From what I was picking up on, neighbors are thankfully asleep, so I'm hopefully not going to have to deal with them being loud. In last week's video, I talked about how I was dealing with some unfortunately rude neighbors that didn't know how to be quiet at 2 in the morning, and I think they may have heard me through the wall, possibly, because they've been pretty quiet since. If there's something associated with this box, or attached to this box, or whatever is inside this box, can you please make yourself known? You can focus your energy to affect me or speak into the red light. Now, if you guys are wondering why I got this, the little white container here, I've been playing around with this box a little bit off camera, not really interacting with it, but I've shaken it a couple times to try and figure out exactly what's inside, and I have a funny feeling that there's rice in there. And in terms of and if I'm correct about that, in terms of what rice represents on a spiritual in that spiritual sense of rice, it's usually used for purification and cleansing. So if I am right and there's rice in there, then I feel that and I've spoken about this in previous videos, I feel that calling this a Dybbuk box would be insanely disrespectful to whatever memories, whatever positivity may actually be associated with this box, instead of something negative, because not everything in this world is demonic, not everything in this world is evil, and that's one of the big things that I want to be able to show all of you, is that as much as I'm familiar with those darker, more negative energies, they're not the only thing out there. Now, before I get too into ripping into and opening up this box, hence the plastic bag around it, because it's covered in wax, so need to make sure I could clean up quickly and well, at least relatively easily. But we are going to get my phone synced up. I'm actually going to completely turn off the Wi-Fi for my phone. So my phone now is not going to be receiving any signal for Wi-Fi. Actually, and I'm going to turn my data off as well. So there is no signal that should be going to my phone via internet, like via the Wi-Fi, or my mobile data. So I'm not going to be able to receive any phone calls. I'm not going to be able to receive any texts right now because my data is turned off. I thought I saw one of the balls flash, but it was probably the speaker changing colors, because it does that. And honestly, it's a really cool waterproof speaker that's actually designed for pools. So I really like it. I really, really like it. And I apologize if you guys see me shifting a lot. I have a fairly sore spot on the inside of my thigh, so it's been fairly uncomfortable, and I've been trying to deal with that lately. But we're going to start. Actually, no, I was going to start with necrophonic, but I want to start with spirit talker instead. Okay, I'm going to set spirit talker down over here. It's doing its thing and picking up on everything, finding its baseline. It looks like it's ready. I'm going to hit power, or turn it on basically.
Tears.
I don't know if that has anything to do with this box or not. I don't know why I would have spit that word out. It may have been a first initial little surge of energy from turning it on. So actually, I'd like
toys.
That could have been from me moving it, but I want to set Spirit Talker on the box. Do I have toys in my room? Can you focus your energy on the device on top of the box and use it to speak with me? Now I do have the milligauss meter out tonight, but I'm unsure if I want to be using it right now. It is being very...
Richard,
I didn't ask for a name. Is that your name? Are you trying to communicate what... Actually, no, I did ask for a name earlier. Is that your name? Is your name Richard? I'm just curious if I can get the milligauss meter to sit at a nice baseline actually in front of me on this little that's plastic. That's plastic. That's plastic, dang it.
I'm only 8.
Toys, Richard, I'm only 8. What was that first one? Tears. I'm not sure if I'm going to take a wild guess and say that is solely
Don't sleep here.
because of my phone. Don't sleep here? Okay, that's a little unsettling because, I mean, we're in my bedroom and I'm sitting on my bed. Can you see me? Can I just set this on my bed and... What is going on with this? It clearly wants me to hold it. Okay. Is there something that is trying to communicate with me?
I like the lights.
I like the lights. None of this is really connecting. But, like, I could kind of understand how it would say, I like the lights, from having something that it could easily make flicker. If you like the lights, the device in my hand will light up. It won't hurt you. If you come close enough to me, it will change colors. The device in my hand. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, that's really weird. My entire right arm feels cold, but the rest of me feels really hot. That's not normal. That's a really weird feeling that I've never experienced before.
Cursed.
Cursed? Is there... I would like you to make communication with me and give me a solid... and verify that there is something here. I have the device in my hand. If you can come close to it and turn it red, or there's 4 clear balls, and I'll show you. It takes a little tap. That front one would have gone off from me moving this one back here, but they'll go off and flash like that. They won't hurt you or anything. If there's something here, can you make one of those balls light up? Like I just did. My milligauss meter is... It just went to orange after saying a solid green. And I'm holding it with a flat, open, flat hand.
My body was taken.
That kind of startled me coming through. My body was taken. I'm going to be really, really unsettled if there's like ashes in this box. Also, I don't know if I've ever gotten that sentence, that line. Can you move one of the balls or speak to me in some way to prove to me that you're here, to prove to everybody that you exist?
You've helped me.
Interesting. If I have helped you, then I would request that you respect my questions and answer me. I apologize about not introducing myself earlier. My name is Ross. I'm a father to a young girl. If you are a little boy or if you are a child, I wish you no ill will and no harm, and I'm here to help. If you need my help, or if you are
Carmilla.
Carmilla, that's a very unique female name. Is that your name? Is your name Carmilla? I don't think that's an accurate name. We got Richard earlier. Is your name Richard?
Bodies below.
Okay, I have gotten that one before. But there are technically bodies below because my roommate and his partner are in the basement, so I wouldn't put much belief in this right just yet, but
Burn.
burn. Okay, well the candles are burning, but that's about that. It's all I can really associate with that word. I am very curious about something, everybody. So I'm going to move Spirit Talker over here. And as you can see, I managed to put it down without setting off any of the cat balls. Why is it flashing red there? That is a very...
I worked here.
That makes no sense. That's in a very interesting spot because...
When?
That's in a very, very interesting spot. Whoa! There might actually be something in this box that is setting this off. Because it is flashing red near the box. And as soon as I move away, like I'm pointing it basically at the box and it's flashing red. And like if I come over here, dead. Closer, I'm basically right next to the box again, pointing at it. Like, what in the world?
Carmilla.
Okay, we just got Carmilla a second time. Is that your name? Is Carmilla your name? If it is, I would like you to turn the green light in my hand and focus your energy and come close to the green light in my hand and make it change colors. Okay, I did move slightly there. Whoa! That was out of nowhere. That was a very quick, solid spike, like something actually came right up to it. Wow. Okay, thank you. Oh, yeah, I'll show you all this, so. Like, I know you can see it flat, but I am up above it, and like, I'm trying to understand, but it's mainly like, even having it hovering over my phone is actually not going off unless it's right above the speaker or and just to make everybody happy, I will
Go further.
go further. Go further with what? Oops. I want to leave the bag. Now, just to make everybody happy, I will move the phone and spirit
Important.
talker right here in front of me. So, the signal from this should not be interfering with the EMF. But I've shown you guys before that Bluetooth signal will not affect this EMF meter.
Torture.
Torture. I'm very much trying to figure this out. If I set... Alright, everybody. Well, I'm going to stop Spirit Talker, and I'm going to... That's very... And I'm very, very curious why it is continuously acting like that. Because if I grab it and lift it up, like if I do this, I'm not setting it off. I'm not setting it off at all. Oh, cool. If I point it at my brain, I guess. I feel weird. Okay, but like I was saying, before I got distracted, I'm going to jump over to Necrophonic. Is there someone standing across from me? I have never been able to get it to do this before. I've never gotten it to flash like this before. I think there might actually be someone across from me. Okay, well, I'm going to turn this off. Turning that off. I am going to turn this up slightly. Okay. Wow, I've already forgotten that name. I apologize, everybody. I need to quickly stop Necrophonic just because if I try to reference this, Carmilla, that's the name we got. Okay. I'm gonna be listening to see if we can get that name to come through on Necrophonic. Okay. Oh, I broke it. Wonderful. Okay. I just need to quickly fix Necrophonic. It's weird. It won't let me, like, leave the app and then go back in. Okay. Holy crow, that's loud. Okay. Is there someone here that would like to communicate? Can you tell me your name? Okay, I am going to move where Necrophonic is and stick it over here in case there is something that is across the table from me. Can you tell me your name? Is there something attached to this box? Alright, everybody. Well, we had a fairly solid baseline, or sort of baseline with the milligauss meter. I am going to start working on getting the wax around the seam of this off so we can find out what's in this box and open it. Is there something that feels like it's trapped? If there's something here that wants me to release it from this box, can you say my name? I just heard like the devil and don't. I mainly heard don't. Alright, everybody. Well, the camera stopped recording again on me, and when I checked this time, it seems to have overheated, which is honestly very surprising to me because the phone has never overheated once on me. But we got the box open, and I ended up stopping Necrophonic, and what we got inside was this vintage Polish handmade doll, and and of all things, and this concerns me slightly, but we got what seems to be a section of hand knitted fabric. Now, the reason why this minorly concerns me, and we did get rice in here, there is rice in here. Now, the reason why this minorly concerns me is because I've seen boxes like this, and typically in the past when I have seen like an item like a doll wrapped in fabric with a bit of rice in it, and I do want to point this out, when I opened this, I got hit with a nasty, really, really bad smell. Like, it made me reel back. I put everything down. I needed to take a minute just to cleanse my nostrils. But I am going to be looking into this doll a bit more. But this garb, I was just about to Google Lens it. And I didn't get a chance to. I had Google Lensed the doll, which is how I know it's a vintage handmade Polish wooden, and it's more than likely a wooden peg doll. And I think it's actually from a figurine set. But it does look quite old to me. But like I said, I'm wanting to, I'm going to Google Lens this piece of cloth first before I continue. What? This is coming back. There's a lot of different things, but it's all coming back to a company seemingly called Ravelry. And I can't find this exact pattern. But I have a couple contacts that I'm going to be getting in touch with. Kenzo wraps, wool scarf. But like, I can tell that this was cut because this, well, I believe it was cut because this top edge is very, very rough, and it looks like it was either cut or torn. But I've knitted myself, and I know how to knit. So looking at this, I can actually tell it's really, really old. Because I can't see... Like, this is old knitting that I don't know how to do. But typically with knitting, you can see the different stitches. And I can't do that in this. And there is thread that's thin enough to pull this off, but I just don't know. I don't know enough about this to be able to really weigh in and say what it is. It looks like it's probably a piece of clothing, to be honest. And part of the reason I'm thinking that is because there is a pleat here, this piece right here, like I can pull that apart. Okay. But it definitely feels like it doesn't want to come apart. Yeah, this is 100% yarn. This is 100% yarn and really, really old. But I'm going to... I need to call it a night, everybody, because I'm starting to get really tired and it's probably close to 3 in the morning. Yeah, it's 2:48. But how I found this was... this doll was wrapped inside this piece of fabric, and then the rice was kind of scattered around and inside of it, which, excuse me, I'm not sure if I should be concerned or not, because in the past, when I've seen boxes like this in the past, actually, I have, and I've seen them at trade shows, I've seen them at pawn shops, and typically when it's like that, and I've asked about them, it's usually like a keepsake box for something really, really personal. So if there is something attached to this particular doll, it might be an old kid's toy, and I know I'm reaching a bit here, but I'm giving it my best. But I hope everybody enjoyed. If you did, please consider going down and smashing that subscribe button. I'll be uploading a unedited paranormal video every Friday. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.